Steve's
D.
gone around the
They're
outside.
both gone D.
Oh, he's lost it.
no.
5 wide.
Oh no.
No, you can't do that. Oh, and he's around. Big crash. Oh, Dali's gone into him. He's gonna go for the move. He's gonna go for the move. Back to him. Oh, the Tino's gone for the last corner. He's thrown it away. At last, the Tino's gone for a massive dive. And unfortunately, it's...
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
my
Brunswick.
goodness.
Oh, there's a huge crash off the start line. Absolutely monumental. This is going to be a safety car. No!
Oh, Matt Cecil.
And he's just... He's rocked his car. He's going to have carnage. It's a big moment from there. He's going to struggle to stop that. He's in the wall.
That's out.
Inside of her, John.
Oh my
Two, do not like one another.
Oh, and yeah, I can see why.
Shut the bedroom, big crash. Alex Cattle's in the fence. It's around.
Team White Cubes always racing a race car. You either haven't got the mod installed or you're on some very good drugs. So.
Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Automobilista Supercar Super 2/Super 3 Championship. Live tonight from Wanneroo Raceway, my hometown. It's good to be back out west. And joining me as ever is Colin Warwick. I am super excited for tonight's action.
Hi mate, hi everyone. Yes, I'm pretty pumped for this as well. I haven't been well the last couple of days, but this has certainly made me feel better. Getting ready for this. Yeah, I'm really keen for this. This should be fun.
Yeah, it's not good you've been well, and I'm going to dob you in on the stream and say it was your 30th birthday yesterday, so not a good way to get older and celebrate that, but it's good that you're here.
Yeah, thanks mate. Yeah, I definitely felt older yesterday by having the flu, but yeah, I thankfully feel a lot better today. And then yeah, hopefully fully over it tomorrow. But yeah, this is making me feel better being here and watching some online supercar pixelation racing.
Yeah, no, it should be really good. It's a decent field, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen at this track. It's one that always throws up some interesting things in the past in this series, and yeah, it's just a short track. There's 3 big main overtaking opportunities. It's harsh on tyres. It's harsh on brakes. In AMS it's not really a favourite, but of course I grew up at this place, so how could I hate it?
Yeah, well, you know, you're only down the road from this place really, so you must have some really fond memories here. Being a young fella watching, you know, the golden era of supercars, and even right through until, well, this week you'll be at the track again. So yeah, I'm sure you're excited to head there in real life and check out, well, you've already seen the new cars at Melbourne, but you get to see them at this track, which would be a bit different.
Exactly. Yeah, I've this year marked 20 years in racing. I've been going since 99, and it's been 20 years that I've been to 3 days. It's a long time, but yeah, I got the chance to go to Melbourne and check out the Gen 3 cars. I kind of like what I see. They move around a bit, and I reckon that'll be very interesting at this track to see how they go. Yeah, it's definitely going to be different.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that series. I think the Super 2 and Super 3 series with the, well, really only last year's cars has made that series a bit more lively, in my opinion, and I think it's given the drivers a bit of confidence in the cars with the aero, and yeah, I think the racing will be pretty good, especially now that they're 40 minutes as well. That's awesome.
Talking of that leads into tonight's race. We've made it a bit longer than last year because real life is a bit longer, so we're actually running, we said 30 on the schedule, shortened to 28 laps, which actually is exactly how many laps both the real life races were last year in length. So I believe in real life it's going to be 40 minutes, which is going to be close to 40, 42 laps if running green. So, but yeah, we're a bit longer tonight for this series to mimic those changes. So it's going to add a bit of interest.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 28 laps around here in these cars is pretty tough. As you know, we did longer races in main series in these cars here last year, and you know, that many laps on these tyres is starting to get to the cook temperature. So it'll be interesting to see who can handle the tyre wear and look after the tyres and really get a handle on the car and try and come away with a good result.
Yeah, exactly right. I know last year we did 46 laps, I think. There were 2 stops in the series, so to do basically half that, 1 stop, no stops is going to be rather interesting, but that's, you know, that's why they're out there learning their craft and learning how to look after their tyres, and I'm in here watching because I'm washed up now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how much these guys are improving year on year. I mean, some of these guys are quality enough to run in the top 10 of the main series championship now, which is great because that should hopefully mean that the main series guys should pick up a little bit as well. But I mean, we won't know until we get the main series kicked off, which should hopefully be very shortly with the new Gen 3 cars. We've had a bit of dramas in house, mainly with me, you know, living a busy lifestyle with the baby and everything, and just trying to get everything done. But we will have them soon, and everyone will be racing. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how everyone adapts to the cars and how we all go.
Yeah, it hasn't helped both of us being sick, and nor has it helped me not being around the country for a little bit. And I'm just fixing my microphone levels. It had turned itself down for some reasons. There we are. But yeah, no, the quality of competition. I mean, Brandon Dostal's just done a 53 at 9 in practice, which is, yeah, he's only 2/10 off what I did in qualifying last year at this venue. So that is interesting to note. I did some laps during the week, and I did a 54.8, which isn't very impressive, but I think that goes to show the pace of these guys. You know, I haven't turned a lap since Adelaide last year, and it goes to show that these guys with seat time in the car, the front guys are on top of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the more seat time you can get in these cars, the more you learn, and yeah, you just get used to the car, and you become confident in what the car can do. So, I mean, that goes for any race car really. The more seat time, the more confidence. So it's good to see, and yeah, I'm really excited to see how the night goes.
So am I. So we're just about to head into qualifying. So we've actually got Dostal leading Trent Allen into this session, and round 1 was the opposite story. So we had Trent leading Brandon, and that's pretty much how that whole event went, with Brandon throwing up a bit of a challenge to Trent, but he wasn't able to really do much about him over the course of the actual race length.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I think Trent Allen will be very fast over the longer race distance. He did a bit more main series running last year, so he sort of knows how long the tyres can last and how hard to push them and when to push them. So I think he'll have that bit of an edge tonight. But it will be interesting, you know, the longer race, 28 laps. I mean, as we discussed earlier, it's all going to be about managing your tyres, managing yourself, and just trying to keep yourself calm and just keep telling yourself it's a long race, you know, you don't have to push now. It's just going to be, I think, really, really good to see.
Yeah, agreed. And one thing to note is that Trent Allen has not started a race at this venue before, and Brandon Dostal has. Of course, he was leading our race last year until the dying laps where he had to pit for extra fuel. So, I mean, he's been making jokes about it, so hopefully he doesn't make that mistake again tonight. But, yeah, so he's almost won a race here before, and Trent has yet to start one here. So that could make a difference. That could be interesting to see how that plays out in race and in racing. But I remember last year this one being a colossally weird one with nobody wanting to seemingly win the race. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And yeah, I mean, these guys haven't really done much of these longer races. And yeah, as I keep saying, it's just going to be so different for them with the tyre wear, because with these tyres, it's yeah, just interesting. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I. So, and we've got a few people that have, I was going to say new guys, but returning guys as well tonight. We've got Instinct back, and this will be his first start he's done a few Bathurst 1000s of recent, but I think this is his first start in Super 2 in nearly 3 years. It'd be close to anyway.
Yeah, it's been a while. Good friend of ours, and yeah, he's decided to jump in a Warwick racing team car, which is great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how he goes and how he progresses. And yeah, he's keen, which is good, and yeah, he'll be learning a lot tonight.
It'll be good to see. I believe we've got Steve Martin joining us for the first time as well, and Zach Brown making a start. I think that might be his first Super 2 start, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I know he has joined us before for main series, so it should throw a bit of interest into the mix, as well as Dodger and Acclaim both returning for their first start of the season.
Yeah, good to see those guys back. Certainly missed them round 1. I mean, from round 1, I think we're missing about 5 or 6, so we might get a couple back for race 2 tonight, which would be good, but for now, we'll run with what we got, and what we've got's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it. Numbers are always going to ebb and flow across the course of a championship, so it's good to see that all the contenders are there, as we can see Hayden Cuppett, our current Super 3 leader, following Steve Warwick here. So we see the first numbers. So 55.5. RSM Latino's gone to the top on the first numbers there. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for Trent and Brandon, because I believe they'll be the pace setters. We've got Zach Brown's across the line. He's gone P2. So that number is pretty impressive from Cuz to start us off. Brandon's only gone 11th, so I'm not sure if he's done a slow out lap or something. Trent Allen now only goes second fastest.
He's backed right off in the second and third sector. Speaking of someone picking up the pace, we were just talking about him. Instinct did the purple first sector, but now it's been eclipsed by Brandon Dostal. So
yep, and I'm keeping an eye on both Dostal and Zach Brown here. So they're both on track, basically line astern with one another. Zach Brown's going to improve, but I think it's going to be better to focus on Dostal, because he's currently going to go to the top on this lap. He's just made a big mistake though, and he does run it wide, and that's going to cost him some time though. So we'll see where he puts it. He still does a 54.0, so that's an impressive number, because that was a substantial mistake. He missed the turn-in point there, and he ran wide, and you could see he was trying not to run off the back of that curb.
yeah, half a second covering 7 cars at the moment. That's pretty cool.
That is impressively close. So I'm just keeping an eye on Trent Allen, because he's now gone faster to the first sector. I've seen Latino across the line.
First sector.
Instinct goes third fastest. It's going to be a competitive night of racing, I think. You've got guys like Instinct that are very experienced, but they haven't raced for a while.
Yeah, once he gets the hang of it, he'll be right up there, I reckon.
Agreed, and Trent Allen's picked up a track cut on that lap. So
he won a few races in Super. Actually, he's won here before in Super 2 in 2019.
He has. He won the inaugural Super 2 race at this venue in 2019. He was our first ever winner in Super 2. So all the way back when then.
Yeah, no excuses for him now. I'm going to get into him.
So RSM Latino having a strong run as well, pace-wise. He could be a contender. He's been in this championship for a while, and I know he likes these shorter tracks. They tend to suit him a bit better than the longer ones. Hayden Cuppet's gone third fastest in the Super 3 car. Can I just raise?
Yeah, Ethan Gregory, he went up to 8th in a Super 3 car, and he's only half a second off pole. 7/10 across the top 10. That's pretty bloody cool.
I've got 1.1 seconds in the top 13.
Yeah.
Latino crosses the line. He doesn't improve, but it's and comes in. So it'll be interesting to see what other people do. Like I'm just seeing Dostal's on a lap now, but he's run it wide and he's aborted his lap. Oh, that'll be a track cut for Cuz there. We've got 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in this session. Have a look at Mitchell Allison. He's getting ready to start a lap. Newcomer to the series in the first round, and he was quite impressive.
Yeah, he was very good at round 1, especially for someone who's never raced AMS before. Came from a Assetto Corsa, I believe, so pretty cool. Steve Warwick improved a little bit, a couple of hundredths, and still 10th. So goes to show how tight it is tonight. Kai Jones up to P2 now.
Well, that's an impressive number from him. So
fastest last sector.
These guys are very quick. Just think that the whole top 10 are faster than what I did in practice myself while testing the track. So if anyone's looking to for a Super 2 driver, I'm available.
I might have a spare chassis for you, mate.
I'm heading straight to the retirement home at this rate. So Steve's now jumped up to P4, I've just noticed.
Oh, that's a good job. Might have to let people know in the server as well that some of them are using the wrong pit entry. Not that it probably matters in qualifying and practice.
Yeah. I will notify people of that. Doesn't really matter as long as they're driving back to the lane and getting out of the way. Trent Allen did a slow first lap. So
I think Mitchell Allison just jumped up to 7th last lap.
He has.
And wow, Cuz drops to 8th, and a minute ago I swear he was 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah, it's very close, and I think the track's improving here. So, as in Dostal's now going better than his sector, because Trent Allen's just eclipsed him.
.007 between first and second at the moment. That's crazy. And this will be it. There's only 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, this is
they'll
probably get one
each.
more run each. So what does Trent Allen do? He's track cutted it. And Dostal retakes it. He goes into the 50.
53.9. Good job.
This is insanely close. Oh, we've just had a driver join the server. Oh, Trent's actually back up on the time though. So he could do it at the death. He could do it at the death. Oh, big slide on entry. Does he do it? No, he doesn't. I think he got a track cut again. I don't know why he's getting these laps discounted.
Yeah, not sure there, because he's had a blistering middle sector. The only car into the 15s in the middle sector. As we see cars go up to 5th. That's a good job.
It is a good job. Wow, so the top 10, 6/10.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome. And then we've got the 3 cars further back, all within a 10th as well. Just a second off everybody else.
Yeah, that's crazy. Claim by Dodger and Stenny are within, yeah, literally 800s.
That's going to be a good race between those guys then, as well, further back.
Yeah, that was a great qualifying session. It went right down to the wire.
That it did. That it did. So it's just going to be an interesting race with everybody so close. It's anybody's game. After the first round, you would assume that Dostal and Trent would be the ones to go to, even looking at live races and practice earlier tonight. But yeah, the race that's open to anyone, I feel.
Yeah, like honestly, anyone in the top 10 could win it. You just never know. A little bit of drama, a little bit of anything. We've seen what happened at Newcastle with that lap 1 in race 2. I dead set thought we were going to have 3 cars out of the race.
And we're seeing some people doing some practice starts.
Yeah, maybe we'll judge them on their starts here. Let's have a look.
It's interesting.
Here we go. We've got Dostal.
That's not a great
Oh, lots
one.
of wheel spin. Oh, that'll be Ethan Gregory. Initial was pretty good. Secondary wasn't. Lots of wheel spin.
Interesting seeing these guys take the opportunity to do that.
The benefit if you do have a bad start here, is that it's only a short run to turn 1.
Exactly right. As someone who's notoriously was bad at getting starts, I like the tracks. I identified the tracks with short runs to turn 1, and I liked them. Do you want to know what one of my favourite tracks was to race at because of that?
Simmons Plains.
Correct. Spot on. Plus the
Yep.
fact is that you start on the preferred line as well, so you can block people out. But yeah.
I've had some blinder starts there, starting, you know, mid top 10 and going, well, I'm not going to get to the lead anyway. You just literally ram into the guy in front of you.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. It's similar at this place, but if you do get a good run, you can sort of send it down the inside. So it will be interesting to see if anyone can do that. First lap here is dicey up the hill. So...
Interesting seeing some 55s, 56s going on. You see now a high 54, so that's on a high fuel load.
Yeah, well, it's a big difference between fuel and... Well, it depends on who you are. A big difference between fuel and quali at this track, especially with the amount of fuel these guys are going to have to carry for this race.
Well, yeah, exactly. You need a full tank to get home, so...
And also just the tyres. Your tyres get so badly loaded at this place. Your left-hand tyres are just... They hate you. Your left-hand rear hates you. Your left-hand front hates you. Your right front thinks it's on holiday. Until you get to the left-hander in the middle of the track, and then it wakes up and then goes back to sleep again. So it's always been an interesting track because of how the tyres are. It's not properly simulated in AMS to the best, but it still generates heat just for how long these corners are. So, but here we are, we're about to go racing.
Yeah, the left rear is going to cop some beating. For sure.
Yeah, that's the tyre you want to look after here. It's the left rear. Above all else. Just make sure we actually went... Oh, we've had 2 people leave the server. I'm just going to restart because we've had 2 people get kicked for some reason.
Yep. We'll do a quick restart.
So, I'm just going to go... I'll just wait. Oh, why am I not an admin? Alright, done. I'll just wait for those 2 to get back in and we'll get a start. As soon as these 2 get back in, we'll go. Well, apparently, Steve Martin's already back in, so apparently he didn't get kicked, so it was just instinct. I thought it was 2 people.
Yeah.
It's hard to know when you're looking at the server log.
He's on his way back in.
Okay, beautiful. broadcast has got a lovely angle at the minute. I'm sorry about that. I just was looking at other things. Wasn't too worried about where the broadcast was looking at. This is more time to anticipate this race. It's really going to be about who gets the jump. Brandon gets the jump. I reckon this is a very interesting race. I reckon if Trent gets the jump, I feel like he's probably got the pace on race trim to pull away. Maybe not in the early laps though, so both of them get a bad start, and okay, then that's going to be very interesting. Alright, instinct's back in. So we'll go now. We should be good. I'll make sure we actually go through the grid in this race, unlike last round as well. So I'll do that off the first one.
Yeah, you can do the first, I'll do second, no worries.
Yep. That is exactly right, Cam. That's what's going to be interesting. But I feel like Trent's an experienced enough driver, even though he's only been racing for 6 months. He's experienced enough that he should know what he's doing. But it's weird to say that about someone that's not got much experience, but you can just sort of tell when someone's picking it up pretty easily. Trent's very much on the road to being a main game driver in the near future, the way in which he's currently progressing. He's already a fairly solid steerer. Oh, I've got the wrong camera up. Amateur hour. But here we are. First race at Barbagallo for... Oh, sorry, Wanneroo. I'm going to make that mistake. It's not called Barbagallo anymore. At Wanneroo for 2023. And it's Brandon Dostal on pole position for Luke McCune Racing. An excellent result for him. Trent Allen in the Cinecom Motorsports car out of P2 with Kai Jones out of position 3. Steve Warwick out of P4 with Arisim Latino in 5th. Hayden Cuppett out of P6 with Instinct in 7th. Mitchell Steele Allison in 8th. Zach Brown is in 9th and electing to start from the pit lane. Interesting. Ethan Gregory is in P10 with Claimbite in 11th. Dodger out of P12. Stenny out of 13th. And Steve Martin in 14th, and Jordan DeSantis starting from the back of the grid in P15. So Cameron Parrish just said that Trent is Corey McFarlane 2.0, and look, I can see the parallels there.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that earlier when you were talking about it. See, Dostal's going too far over, now he's right. Well, here we go.
Here we go, it's time to go racing.
Round 2, race 1.
Green flag, green
We're
flag.
underway. And it's Trent Allen's got the jump, but is he going to be able to hold it there around the outside? And the answer to that question is yes, so he's got the jump. Very interesting start there, Bo. Steve Warwick's got himself up into P3 off the start. So clean start for all these guys, which is good. It's unlike what we had in the first round. We've made it through.
Move down the inside for Kyle Jones there.
he has. He's made the move. So there's a bit of a tussle further back in the pack as well. John DeSantis has made up 3 spots early on and is currently in a dice for position. Steve Warwick pulls out, but no position to be gained.
Oh,
What's going on further back? Oh, clean by spot. Sorry, I'm switching between everybody. And these guys are... This is a very, very close pack, but they're costing themselves time to the 2 leaders who are going to sprint away.
Got the move done again, so... Yeah, these guys don't fight too much.
No, not when this race is so long. And further back, we had scrapping between DeSantis, the Claybite Dodger, and Steve Martin on the first lap, which is still continuing. So I think that battle further up has now slightly settled out. But I say that, but I think it was Ethan Gregory was having a look at Hayden Cuppett. So it's all to play for. There's now Mitchell. It's always had a look. They're all having a look. And Instinct's vulnerable. He got a bad exit there, and now he's going to get past.
Oh, look at the move on Hayden Cuppett. Who's that?
I don't know who to watch.
Gregory. This is good racing right up and down the field.
There's a lot of side-by-side racing, too much of it to cover on these opening laps. Further up, I think that it's back on again with the... in fact, I don't know who it's on with because this battle's on. Further up it's on. But in the lead, Trent Allen has stretched a half a second gap over Brandon Dostal so far. And here we go. He's having another look. Can't get it done. Oh! That's a big moment there for Ethan Gregory, and he's gone into the tyre wall.
Yeah, hopefully he can get out of there.
Yeah, he gets out of there, but he goes way back in the field. This has been a lively battle so far this whole race as well. This is Stenny and Steve Martin on debut with Dodger, and Dodger's been racing him pretty much since the opening lap.
Oh,
We know Stenny's the one of the more defensive drivers in this series and attacking drivers in this series. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays it.
he's like a Paul Morris and John Bow had a baby type racer.
Yeah, it really is. Trent Allen now does the fastest lap of the race. Here he is. He's going down the inside of Steve Martin.
Oh.
He's been turned down on. Then he's moved under brakes. And further back, we've got DeSantis and a Claimbite in a battle. So it's good to see that there's racing here in Super 3. Of which I'm going to switch further back up to the front because we've got this battle still on with these guys. It's still on between Steve Warwick and Kai Jones.
And it's only lap 5.
Oh. I think Steve Martin's going to have another look at Stenny. Oh, Dodger's had a massive moment, but he's pulled it up. This is some exciting racing.
I thought we were going to end up with some Jack Daniels in the KFC bucket.
Oh, there's been contact between Stenny and Steve Martin. So I just had to switch forward because Kai Jones is now putting all kinds of pressure on Steve Warwick yet again. There's a huge train forming up.
He's in a Warwick racing team sandwich there.
He is, and there's a huge train forming up behind Stenny now. So Stenny's on the defence. He's been hit again. That's going to allow Dodger up, but now Stenny's gone off the track, and Stenny's lost it. But while this is all happening, there's the racing for P2 and 3. So going to switch forward to that because Steve Warwick has just made the pass, and this pack is now closing up yet again. And there's also a battle on what looks to be for the lead.
Yeah, Dostal just set the fastest lap of the race last lap. By 4/10.
Where do you look? So Steve Martin continues in a battle with Jordi DeSantis. He's lost out quite substantially in that exchange with everybody. Oh! Oh! Kai Jones just hit the back of Steve Warwick. We didn't quite have the best angle of that, but that's allowed RSM Latino to jump up there, and he's now in the best position here. So he's going to have a look at trying to get past Steve.
Oh my god.
And now Instinct's going, oh, and they've made contact. The teammates have made contact.
Oh my god.
We've got 3 team cars in this, Cole. How does it feel as a team manager? It's probably not the best time to ask, really, is it?
Oh my god.
Well, Cuz has taken the 3rd position, but Instinct still got his hands full here, and I think Kai Jones is actually going to get that spot. So, but he's going to run wide, and so is Mitchell Allison. Oh, let's catch our breath for a second.
And we still got 20 laps to go.
That we do, and I don't think they can race like this for the whole time. Surely not.
But hey, this is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, he's going to have a look here. So we've got big train racing. That's really the best way to describe it. There's 2 main trains as well as the 2 leaders that have sprinted away. So, as now Zach Brown has actually caught the back of the train, and he's now in a battle with Santos and a claim by. So he's now past them. Keeping an eye on what's going on back there, so that's been a move. That's been him moving up from his pit lane start. Looks like Stenny has fallen a lap down somehow. I'm not sure how, but I'm assuming he's pitted this to do with that incident. It was unfortunate. He was putting on a bit of a defensive drive though, and then he caught Steve Martin out, and then he just ran wide. So.
Looking at the front 2 now is a 2-second gap, I believe. So that's sort of stretched out a little bit now.
Yeah, so obviously Dostal's made a mistake there, so I'm not quite sure exactly. So it looks like this is going to be on again now between Steve Warwick and... Oh, he's run it down there. So it's on here. Can Kai Jones get the move back? This is exciting racing for the final spot on the podium.
I think Instinct's had an error too, because he's fallen off the back of these guys.
Yeah, he kind of has. I'll go and have a look at that.
I'm sure he was in behind Kai Jones, so I'd say
he was, and he has fallen back. But Steve Warwick is now defending against Kai Jones. I don't know how these guys are going to last at the end of this. It's been a very aggressive driving for people in a 28-lap race. Not complaining, but
oh no,
it's excellent. But I don't know how
they all freaking crash.
Well, this time last year, half the field crashed at this point by themselves. Oh, Kai Jones! He's hit him on the door and he's got past. So, is Steve going to have anything to say about that?
Oh, I don't think he was down there. I think it's fair.
I think he was down there, but is there going to be a right of reply here? I'm just going to have a quick look at the leaders. So there's Trent Allen. He currently leads by 2.4 seconds from Brandon Dostal, who has a 7.6 second gap back to this battle that we've been watching. So it's all fairly close here. You can see Instinct's dropped about 1.7 off the back of that train. Ethan Gregory slowly recovering. He's another 9 seconds back, with Dodger just in following Stenny, who is a lap down. Zach Brown's made his way up from the pit lane start. He's in P11 and he's rapidly catching Dodger, with Steve Martin in 12th. Gordon DeSantis in 13th, a Clean Bite in 14th, and Stenny rounding out the field. So all started to spread out a little bit now, but I think that this needed to happen. So I've just noticed though that Kai Jones is actually catching things. So Steve Warwick's dropped back there while we were
oh yeah, he's in an error.
He's had a mistake. I'm just going to chase back and see if I can find it. Yeah, he's made a mistake, so see if I can get a better camera angle of that. So here it is. He's come out of here, and I think he's just gassed it up.
Yep.
And yeah, that's not ended very well. So he's lost a number of spots out of that, and that's put him way back at the back of this train. So as we now see, Kai Jones has clearly got pace because he's now putting pressure on Latino. So and he's gone, he's up there. This is the kind of racing I love at Barbagallo. Is he going to get it down there? Is he going to be able to brake deep enough? Oh, they touch. Oh. Cuz runs wide, he gets back on the track, and Kai doesn't take it. He knows he's hit him, so good respect from these guys. But that just brings all the other guys back into this. So I can see DeSantis and the Claim Bite are still in a battle for 13th and 14th. And Zach Brown's just made his way past Dodger. The Allison Cuppet battle is coming back together as well, so keep an eye on that one for you. But I think Jones is going to have a go down here, and he does. Is he going to be able to make it stick this time? No, it just seems that Cuz is really good on the brakes here, but they're going to come out of here. He's got a good run out of here, and I think he's going to have it locked away now. It's going to be very hard, but Cuz once again goes very deep on the brakes, but I think that's too deep. Unless he can hold it. If he can hold an overlap here, he could force the issue up into the left-hander, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Oh, it's very difficult to go side by side through there, but they've managed to do it, and they're rubbing panels. They've nearly done the full lap side by side. They're going to come through here side by side, and Cuz is he's going to end up still in front, but I think Kai's going to send it straight away. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it, but that's incredible racing.
But look who's behind them now.
Yeah, they've just allowed these guys straight back into the fight, so...
And to be honest, their tyres would probably be a little bit better conditioned from not battling that hard.
Oh, and Kai with the lock-up. This has been a really cool race. And Kai Jones...
there's a big move.
And he's gone down the inside. I think he's got it this time.
Yeah, he's got it done now.
Yeah, done. So it took all that effort, but he's finally back into P3. How long can he hold it for? This is also bringing Steve Warwick and Instinct back into this train. You can just see in the background a shot. I'm trying to keep a focus on everybody else as well, but nobody's really close at the minute. To see John DeSantis has now been lapped by the leaders, it looks.
I got a feeling this isn't done.
Oh, I have a feeling too. Cuz has really got under brakes. It seems difficult though on the inside to get it pulled up into that corner. It's what it's
thought they were gonna
really
make contact.
noticeable. Have you noticed that? It seems like it's very difficult to outbrake someone in that corner, which is kind of surprises me. It is known as one of the hardest braking corners in Australian motorsport, as Mark Scaife will tell you this weekend, due to the fact that you're on the brakes and you're going uphill. But yeah, it seems to be a lot of people struggling to pull it up there on the inside. Oh, Kai Jones!
Oh wow!
He's gone.
Has he hit the tyre barriers there?
Just going to get a replay on that. So we'll just get you on that there. So here we go. He's come out of here. He's got loose. He's got on the grass. Has he missed the tyre? Oh, he's hit it with the front of the car.
Oh, hopefully that hasn't caused too much damage.
Hopefully we're about to find out whether that's a puncture. He may have got away with that. He may have, probably have some damage, but hopefully he's got away with that. But all that work for nothing.
I'd say he's got a little bit of steering tweak. Yeah, it's a shame he did really well there.
Kai's definitely got some dramas because he's struggling in the car through turn 1, so that's unfortunate. Just saw him hacking at the wheel, but he's still in it. Anything can happen.
That's it, you just got to keep driving around for those points, because you just never know.
I noticed that Ethan Gregory is now DNF from the race, so I'm not sure what's happened to him. I'm going to see if I can pick that up. I'm just going to flick forward. We've got this battle here between these two. We've also got the cars quite further up as well that are also in a battle. So we'll see if I can work out what's happened to Ethan Gregory. Looks like it was a little while ago. Battle on track currently between your two team cars?
Yeah, I think they'll just be working together to push to get up to the back of these guys up here. So they got what, 8, 9 laps to do something. So
yeah, I can't find Ethan Gregory's issue. So that was on. It's quite a fair few laps ago that he DNF'd from the race.
It's a shame, he was doing pretty well tonight.
He was, but he had that incident early on, and I think it upset him. Just focusing on that, Mitchell Allison is now catching Arsen Latino, so not a very good last lap from Hayden Cup. He did 57. So still Allison was 0.2 faster than Latino last lap, so this could still be on here for a podium.
Come up to some traffic here.
Yeah, that they are, or they negotiate that, but it's going to allow Instinct to have a look, but I don't think he's going to take that. So I think he knows what's at stake. But they can probably sniff that they're still in this one, especially if still Allison catches Cuz here, then that opens it all back up because it allows them to catch up and maybe pick off one or two of these other cars.
Yeah, for sure.
He focused on Trent, but he's still got a 5-second lead.
I can see that the tyres are starting to play a big effect because, yeah, the lap times are dropped way down. About a second and a half slower than what they were doing.
Yeah, I can see that too, and I've just seen Dodger have a big slide, so it's definitely now getting to the stage where tyres are mattering, and the people that looked after them will benefit immensely at this back end of the race. Zach Brown has some pace. He's gained since I last looked, 4 or 5 seconds on the back of Kai Jones, so he's pushing along strong. He won't get to them, but he'll be a factor in the next race.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he was meant to start, what, 5th or something?
Yeah, it was definitely not off from the pit lane, so... Still keeping an eye on this because still Allison is catching. He's catching Latino. I don't know if he's going to have enough, but it's really going to depend on the tyre conditions. So I'm going to keep an eye on the lap times this lap. He crosses the line. He's done a 55.9. What's everybody else done? So I didn't catch the Latino, but Cuppet was 2/10 faster. Steve Warwick, Instinct was the fastest car from that bunch from what I could see, but obviously he stuck behind Warwick, so interested to see how they play it there. Oh, and Warwick's had a massive accident! Steve Warwick's had a massive accident. So we're just going to get a replay of that. So here we go. He's come up the S's here and he's gone straight ahead into the he's gone off the track and into the TV down here. So, airborne. Straight into where the TVs are there and the tyres. So that's going to be a big impact and that car's going to be very second hand after that. So hopefully he doesn't have a puncher, but I'd be doubting it from that. The car does not look in great shape, it must be said. Just, you can tell. He may have escaped a puncher, but it's lucky that it went in more side on. But that was, I saw the car get error and went, wow.
Yeah, that's a big crash. Thankfully, he had a bit of a gap to the cars behind. He's only lost 2 spots really, so. Depending on how damaged the car is, he might lose another.
Yes, this race has fizzed out a little bit, but I guess it had to at some point.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, everyone's pretty much doing the same lap time, so I'd say what we see now is probably what we'll get.
You say that, but then someone will crash, so...
Yeah, that's probably a big commentator's curse that I've just done, but that's okay.
I'm just reminding you...
There we go.
What?
The claim light, he was big sideways in the grass.
I'm just reminding you of the natural order of this championship. Yeah, the claim bite's had an off. He should still be pretty safe though. He was in a fair gap there between everybody. I think he might be coming into the pits though. Oh no, he's rejoining, so he's got a fair gap to DeSantis. I must say, I'm impressed that Stenny has nearly caught DeSantis with doing a pit stop. So I don't know what's happened, but Jordan has not had the best of races out there tonight.
Well, last lap, Jordan did a 1 minute 0.7. So, yeah, that's way off compared to where he was earlier. So tyre life is really hurting him now. He's down on a 8.7.
It's interesting. Look, Steve Martin's done a pretty good job on his tyres because most Dodgers dropped way off the back of him and they were racing most of the race. Just looking at claim bites, definitely struggling there. A few of these guys struggling. It is a long race compared to what these guys are used to, so... But Trent Allen is on the final lap now.
Yep, this should be the final lap.
So, and this has been a pretty dominant win from him. He led from the first corner and he hasn't been challenged really. He was a little bit there at the start that we didn't really catch, but he hasn't been overtaken and he's going to lead, he's going to win the race. Pretty much lights the flag.
Yeah, it's a very, very good drive.
that'll be his 3rd win of the season. And he crosses the line to seal the deal. Dostal's going to get home in P2 from Latino. That's an impressive drive considering the battles that he was in. And he's actually pulled away at the end from the rest of those cars.
Yeah, good drive.
Still Allison picking up P4 with Hayden Cuppett, Super 3 winner, and also P5 with Instinct just narrowly holding off Kai Jones. So that was close in the end. Steve Warwick is going to finish a little bit further back. So that was a fantastic racing between all those guys. Zach Brown brings it home in P9, so that's a good effort from the pit lane entry to P9. And Steve Martin on debut is in the top 10, and he was having a big battle at the start there with Dodger and Acclaimbite and DeSantis, so, and Stenny, and he won that battle. So against some guys, seasoned campaigners, and he won that. And Dodger, Acclaimbite, DeSantis, and Stenny round out your finishes with Ethan Gregory not finishing the race. Only one DNF in that.
Yeah, that's a solid effort.
Well, we get ready to go again.
That we do, mate. Qualifying should be interesting again.
That it should be.
Be interesting to see if anyone learned anything from the race they can use it in qualifying. You know, a different line or something.
Yeah, well, they've been following each other. They've now seen what each other's doing, so it'll be interesting to see if they can use any of that. Be interesting to see if the grid's slightly a bit different. Just gonna smash it through to the next race, and I am going to take a quick break personally myself because yeah, I need to leave the commentary box.
Yep, I think we'll both take a quick break and we'll be back.
No worries. And welcome back to Wanneroo Raceway, where we're starting our second qualifying session for the evening. Everybody should be just starting their first time laps or on their out laps.
Yeah, let's see if this session was as good as the first qualifying session.
Yeah, first qualifying session was a cracker.
Drivers might be either a little bit tired or they might have learned a few things, so we'll see which way the order goes. Maybe it might get jumbled up a little bit.
Yeah, well, we find in main series guys tend to go quicker, but in the second session because they've had a bit more seat time. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in this one. And Steve Warwick's going to cross the line. He'll set the first time. And he does. So he's actually gone faster so fast that he's been clipped by Harrison Latino. What's Sky Jones on for? He's a few tenths down. I'm just making sure I do have everything working. Yeah. Jones is in P2. Mitchell Stewart Allison is now.
There's a lot of green and purple on the timing here.
You would do. Yeah, Kai Jones has bettered the best time for the first sector, but not his personal best.
Yeah, Brandon Dostal's just smashed it.
He has just smashed it.
54.2.
Kai Jones is on a lap. Just trying to keep an eye on what's happening. It's all happening quick and fast out there. Dostal's actually caught traffic, so he won't go faster on this lap.
Yeah, he'd be getting a little bit of a tow there.
He certainly would be, and it's definitely going to help him so Cuz doesn't go faster, but still Allison goes to second. So 54.3, that's an impressive number. Trent Allen has not had a lap count on that most recent attempt of his. Kai Jones is crossing the line. I think he's on more of an out lap. Nicky Gregory's on the lap. What's he going to do? He's 3 tenths off for the first sector. Keeping an eye on Trent Allen. He's now gone fastest to the first sector. I'm going to switch to that.
Brandon Dostal now fastest to the middle sector.
These sessions are so quick you can't follow, especially at a track like this. It's just everything.
54.1.
Yeah. What's Trent going to do? Because Trent's on a pretty clean lap here. And he goes to the top, 53.9. Dostal's
There we go,
pulling
first
over.
53.
Dostal has escaped back to pit lane.
Well, that should be session done for him, if he's done that.
Yeah.
Kai Jones again sets the fastest last sector. He did in the previous qualifying session.
And he's made a mistake. Trying to see if there's anyone on a decent number at the moment. I think everyone's getting ready for their final runs. Steve Warwick's just jumped up.
Yep, P5.
slightly, but it doesn't give him a spot. A lot of people are now rolling out to the crack at times. Hey, look up it. On through the first sector.
Yeah, looks like he's backed off though.
He does, so I'm just going to see if I can pick up anyone. Ethan Gregory's now off the track, so I'm not sure what's happening there. What's the last sector? Still Allison is now cutting near that. He's doing an outlap. Dostal is now back on the track, so...
Yeah, unfortunately that'll be a penalty coming his way.
Yep, that it will. Still blocking them. Penalties have been done for the last round, and they're yet to be posted. So that will happen tomorrow. I've just been away and got distracted. So we did them literally the day before I went away, for those that aren't aware. I did forget about that. Because he's on a lap. It didn't look like Allison was going faster. Trent Allen isn't going faster at the minute. Neither is Cuz, so I'm keeping an eye on Kai Jones.
Cuz isn't too far away off his PB.
No.
Still a long way off P1 though. Instinct is yet to put in a time. As I say that, he's gone P8.
Yeah, I literally went looking for him and he's gone P8. Just keeping an eye on Dostal. He's not on a particularly competitive number at the minute. What's Zach Brown on? He's up in P8. Feel like he can be a good challenger in this one if he put a good time in, but he does not improve. So we're inside a minute 10 to go, so they'll get one more run at this each.
Trent Allen, purple first sector.
Yep, where is he? I've got to find him.
All good middle sector 2.
Yep, he's keeping an eye on both him and Dostal. And he crosses the line, and he doesn't.
Improve, no.
But Dostal's on a PB.
Instinct goes to 5th.
It's a good effort. I'm keen to see how this next one's going to play out.
Oh,
This is on here.
purple middle sector.
Trent Allen's done a pretty good first sector once again. Dostal's going to get a bit of a draft here. And he goes to the top. So now it's back to Trent Allen. Can he reply? Can he write a reply to that? He's got a draft as well on his lap. He's coming down the back straight. Oh, and he's pulled off. He's pulled off. So he's aborted it. He's aborted the lap. Unsure why, but it was on a good number and he aborted it. I think he must have known he was going to catch traffic. But Kai Jones has done a pretty good first sector.
On the previous lap, and he set the fastest first sector by a whole 10.
Yeah, wow. Kai Jones, this is a pretty good lap here. Latino's out of it. Still Allison's crossing the line now. How does he go? He goes to 3rd. So what does Kai Jones? Can he put himself back into 3rd on this lap? He does. He goes 2nd. He does another 50. He does 53.9. So that's 3 people into the 53s tonight.
Wow.
And that pushes Trent Allen off the front row of the grid.
That is a great lap from Kai Jones.
That is a great lap from Kai Jones.
What's scary is that he was a 10th faster on the previous lap to the first sector. Wow, what a session.
That was exciting. That was really exciting, and this is going to make the race interesting because he can't rely on a good start now, Trent, because he's got to do this from the second row of the grid. So he's going to have to pass cars.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
If you look around this magnificent facility, that's where I'll be sitting on the weekend. It's a good spot.
You prefer the day events or the night events?
I prefer the night races, but I do actually prefer the day event as a race fan. Like, it's the day event works better, but the night race is cooler. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The night of it last year, the night event backing up to a day event the next day was very difficult. Can I just say, like, you're at the track all day. You get there, you know, you're like me. You get there at 7 a.m. and you're there all day until 10 o'clock at night, and then you're back there the next morning. So
yeah.
You don't get that time to go home and relax. So I got about 4 hours sleep because I was there early in the morning, because I'm always am. I love it, but yeah, it was and that said, when it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday event, it was another one where it was like I had to have 2 days off work. It's good to get the day to recover, but Friday really was not as eventful as what I think Supercars thought it would be. Really wish they had have kept the Saturday night event though. I think that was really cool, and it did bring out a crowd. So they probably could have changed the format up on the Sunday, but anyway. Don't mind me, I'm just being a race fan. While we enjoy this warm-up session. So I've sat in this spot since 2004 for pretty much every race. I've only watched a handful from the hill. And those were the 60-60 races because they were terrible. As someone hits the curb and has a moment. The less we say about those 60-60 sprint races, the better for everybody.
Yeah. Those are a bit of eye stabbers.
It's a dark day for supercars. It'll be interesting racing here in AMS in the day when we do it, because we haven't done that for... I don't think we have ever staged a day event here. Or did last year we do one race in the day? I can't remember.
I think we did one in the day last year, yeah. The last race.
Yeah, but we've had most of the races be at night at this venue. So... this track's has a fairly significant history with night racing as well, which a lot of people probably from over east aren't aware of, that the club runs a night event, or sometimes 2 night events each year for the local... state championship, so which used to be run on the short circuit until recently. The short circuit, which most people will know from Stadium Super Truck racing. I personally know it from truck racing. And also the fact that the Nightmasters used to run it. They'd run the full track until till sundown, and then they'd have a break. And they'd run open wheeler categories, obviously, and then they'd run all tin top categories at night time and run the short track. So you'd have this meeting with 2 different tracks. But I believe the short track at this venue is no longer has a CAMS license to hold racing, under my belief. due to there not being enough runoff. I think it's the hairpin that's the problem for that. So it can only run timed sprints and stuff now, which is kind of sad, but I don't think the club wants to invest the money because it was built mostly for truck racing, the short layout at this venue. That's your interesting facts. I attended quite a few truck meetings at this venue. I know you're not a fan of that kind of racing, but it used to be a really good meeting. It was one of the few meetings where we actually had national level categories race in WA, which is not something that you regularly get to see, unfortunately. It's very difficult to make the trip over here. It is a long way away, and I know how long away it is because I recently went over the other side. Twice.
Yeah, look, I don't mind the truck racing. It's okay. I think it's something different, but I wouldn't watch it every weekend, that's for sure. Wouldn't be good for your lungs anyway.
The best ones were the co-driver truck races, mate.
The co-driver truck? What?
They used to have co-driver truck races.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
They have like a 6-lap sprint. It's great.
Barbagallo 1000.
Speaking of which, do you know about the Wanneroo 300 event that takes place at this venue?
I think I do, because I think they run one at SMP.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Crowd's ready. I'm ready.
Anyway, it's your duty this time to take us through
I
this
better
exciting grid.
go through the grid. So, pole position, and did a great job, is Brandon Dostal. In P2, very surprising P2, but a very, very, very good job, is Kai Jones. P3, surprising for the other reason, is Trent Allen. In P4, we got Mitchell Steele Allison. P5, we have Cuz. He's done a good job there to be up in the top 5. In P6, we've got Instinct, another good job, someone who's just gotten back into AMS racing. P7 and in effectively P1 for Super 3 is Hayden Cuppett. P8 is Steve Warwick. He'd be pretty disappointed with that. P9 goes to Zach Brown. Just 2 P9s for Zach. P10 is a claim bite. P11 is Stephen Martin. P12 is Dodger. P13 is Stenny. And P14, and starting from pit lane, Jordan DeSantis.
Notice that we've lost Ethan Gregory in amongst that, so I'm not sure what's happened there.
Yeah, he may have dropped out.
Okay. Yeah, his grid spot is vacant. I must have missed that.
Okay, let's show them what we're made of. Green flag.
Who's going to get the start? It looks like it's going to be Kai Jones down into turn 1. And he does, but Dostal's deep under brakes. Is he going to be able to pull it up? He has, he's got the spot. Bit of rough and tumble further back, but all pretty clean.
Trent got a better run there. He may have. Took a nice shallow line and didn't use a lot of the rear tyre.
Oh, here he is. He's down the inside.
Oh, that's a big dive. Just got it done.
I just had a quick look at the server logs, and apparently Ethan Gregory was kicked for a vehicle collision this match, so I don't really understand why that is. So I have to get to the bottom of that.
Say he hasn't put the install in properly.
But he raced the first race, so AMS
Yeah.
being AMS.
It'll still do that if you don't have the install in properly.
I'll,
Anyway,
sorry to him. I just saw his message in the Discord as well, and I investigated it. But yeah, we've got some racing on here. We've got Hayden Cuppett and Zach Brown. So it's pretty close here at the front. Dostal hasn't really pulled away, but Trent Allen has made his way up to B2. So
be interesting now to see how much Dostal will fight Trent once he gets to him.
I think pretty hard. I think if you're Dostal, you've got to fight it like it's your life. Because you cannot let him get in front of you. Because you know that you have the pace to be able to win the race. You're the only other person in this race that probably has the outright speed to win the race. So see if you can make him make a mistake.
Like Stenny's almost about to go a lap down already.
Yeah, I saw him look at
Sorry,
I'm not sure what happened on the first lap, but he's had an incident. Yeah. The fastest up of the race. It's unfortunate for him to be, but I'm going to keep an eye on this because this could affect the leaders here. He's got out of the way, but that's awkward. Come out in an awkward spot for the leaders. Further back, I've noticed that Instinct and Stu Allison were side by side. But I'm keeping an eye on this lead battle. This is where it's really at the minute. Trent is pushing pretty hard. So is Brandon, so
Whoa. Had a rear wheel out in the dirt. He's pushing pretty hard. Dostal. Rear wheel out in the dirt.
just flicking backwards because we've got a bit of a race on here between P4 and 5. Instinct looking, I think Instinct will be a bit stronger in this one now that he's had the race to do a bit of learning. And he's going to try and put it around the outside, but you're not going to win much out there at turn 1 on the outside unless you can get a clear overlap and hold it into the next section.
He notified me before the start of this one. He didn't load the setup onto the car. So he had baseline with full fuel last race.
Well, that's going to make a big difference.
So yeah, we'll see how he goes this one.
Yeah.
He's already looking a little better.
He's definitely looking a bit stronger at the minute. I'm just going to flick forward because we've got Dostal and Allen. As I say, I know what I need. I know what you're doing. If I'm Dostal, I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
I'm pretending that that's Luke Rosella behind me and I'm blocking it like it's the last lap of the World Championship for the next 20 laps until he crashes. That would be my approach. But at the minute he's driving pretty well. Like, Trent's there and he hasn't given him an opportunity yet. So that's what he needs to continue to do. He's got the pace. We know that. He just needs to not make the mistakes. When you got someone fast behind you, it's very easy to overthink and think, oh, they're faster than me, they're just going to beat me anyway. But that's not the correct attitude. You've got to believe that you can be faster than them and you can beat them. As Jordan DeSantis has made a mistake ahead, and I saw Dostal ran wide, and now DeSantis is off the racing line, but that did bring Trent Allen slightly back into this. Dostal's biggest struggle is his tyre wear compared to Trent. Noticed a lot of people have been a lot calmer in this race compared to the last one. I feel like a lot of them learnt about the tyres.
Yeah, they'll wait to try and push them near the end.
Yeah. Because while it's good to have track position at this point of the race, it's really pointless. It doesn't matter where you are on lap 27, it matters where you are after lap 28. That's sometimes lost on people in racing. It's pointless being there if you don't have anything to fight with at the end. Field's still pretty close as well, all the way back through, so...
Dostal had a little moment there.
He did, he's defended down the inside there. We'll say this track is pretty difficult to defend at as well, because eventually you're going to come up to a corner that you can drive down the inside everywhere, but eventually they're going to have a look at you. Because if you defend here, they'll just crisscross you and they'll get up the inside on the next one. So...
I've just seen on this lap and previous laps why Trent's saving a lot of tyre, and you'll see it at the bowl. Does a very good job of straightening the car up and straightening off the corner and just driving the car straight, and that's exactly what you got to do when you have to manage tyres. He's doing a very, very good job of it.
We'll have a watch up here. See how he plays it.
If you watch, he sort of brings it in
he goes
deep
in deep
and then hugs the inside.
Yeah, and drives out straight. And you can see the micro slide from Dostal. That will be adding tyre temp. And tyre temp means wear. It's going to flick back because we've got two team cars in a race again.
Yeah, the two old boys going at it.
And Steve's going to... Well, he's not going to get it given to him. No team orders at Warwick Racing.
Nah, mate, nah. Spite hard.
Steve's got it. So it's very close at the front. Instinct's keeping a very close watching brief on the Jim's mowing mobile.
Yeah, I guess you could say he's mowing him down. Sorry, I'm a dad now. That's just gonna come quite often.
Go away. Back to the racing. And it's all pretty level stations at the minute. Definitely not as exciting as the first one, but this is brewing.
Yeah, this is definitely brewing. I feel that, yeah, when there's about 8 laps to go, that's when this is really going to come alive.
So it's even close way back to Steve Martin and Dodger Claimbite there, just outside the top 10. So the whole field, everyone's just keeping a watching brief. If anyone makes a mistake, they're going to drop all these spots. So not making a mistake will be the key.
Oh, they both had little micro slides there.
You don't want the micro slides. as someone who did a number of tyre saving races, your whole thing is about not sliding the car. You want to drive it as straight as possible, even if you drop pace out of the car to do so. It's a difficult art to tell yourself, but you can often drop 4/10 but actually be faster over the race length. You want to live for the now when you're out there, but you just can't. I feel like Instinct's running a similar sort of thing to Trent here as well. I mean, Instinct's a seasoned campaigner. He used to race against myself and yourself regularly. He'd know all these tricks about how to look after the tyre. He's just getting reacquainted with racing in this sim.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like later on in the year he'll be right where Trent and that is, right at the front.
It's good to see him back.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
One of the many guides in this field that originate back to RSM, so...
Yep, big shout out to RSM.
Yeah, big shout out to them. They still host our servers, so... Gave us our start.
Oh, this is on.
This is on here. Thing is though, you're going to find it hard pressed to go. Dostal's not going to let him go down the inside into turn 1, and you're not going to go on the outside there. So I think for Trent, his best chance is going to be the last corner. With the way that he gets a nice run out of the bowl, but I think it's going to come later on in the race when the tyres that Dostal go off a bit more.
For sure.
Dostal can hang on though. This will be a very impressive drive. Just picking back because Steve Warwick's now actually caught the back of Instinct. So Instinct has got less pressure now on Steele Allison and more from Warwick behind, so been a bit of a change around there. It's interesting to see. This race has been much less of an actual racing race and more of a pressure, more of drivers putting pressure on the other drivers too.
Yeah, it's like a big game of chess, just,
yeah,
you know.
It's very interesting differences between the two races. One was very like hard pressed battling all out there. This is more of your, how do I put it? The last one's more of your casual fan race. This is more of your motorsport orchestra race. As in,
it was like going from a round of paintball to a round of chess.
Basically, yes.
That's how you put it.
Basically, and everyone's just sitting there knowing what moves they've got up their sleeve and hoping that the other person is not going to have the moves to outplay them. So... Well, as I see, Jordan DeSantis is off in the S's at the minute, so we'll see that when these cars come through. There'll be a yellow flag, the local yellow flag there. Hopefully he manages to rejoin safely. So, see if I can get an image on that, see if he does. Yeah, he's got pulled in safely, but he has now lost the spot to Stenny and all that, so... Impressive drive from everyone so far. I'm impressed at the lack of incidents.
Yeah.
It's been a much cleaner race. I mean, it's always going to be cleaner than Newcastle, this track, but it's actually been a very clean evening of racing. Even compared to last year, it's been very consistent driving, just top-level driving, which is what we want to see here. Not sloppy, people making mistakes. Everyone's actually driving really well.
Yeah, and it's good for us too, because then we don't have to go out and watch, 60 laps worth of racing to find penalties to give.
Exactly. I don't have to spend. I don't have to spend 2 hours watching the shortest race of the year like I did last year. Which I had to after Adelaide last year.
Yeah, that was yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Nah, that was interesting last race of the year.
It was. I'm still yet to serve a penalty from it. I think my move was great. Just saying. Oh, and here, this is going to hurt still Allison. Going to hurt him big time. It's going to hurt Instinct even more because Denny's in amongst there and he didn't know what to do. And he's now caused a massive change of position. And that's...
Well,
that's
I did the commentator's curse because I said we won't have to give anyone a penalty, but that's looking likely to be one.
Yeah, now he's going to race everyone down here. Is he actually going to get out of the way? No, he's going to choose not to. He's going to overshoot it and run off into the sand. And then rejoin and nearly kill someone, so...
Yeah, there's probably 2 penalties there.
I could give you a review of that, but I'm going to choose not to in case the said driver watches this back later on. For my own safety.
Well, that's helped probably one driver out there, but
It's helped
disadvantage
Steve Warwick out
2.
immensely. So Steve Warwick's now made up 2 spots out of that, and Instinct's gone back major. I think, to be honest, like, still Allison, he kind of made the mistake at the next corner himself, but he was probably just distracted by everything that did go on. It's not over though, it's definitely brought Zach Brown and Hayden Carpenter back into this fight now. So we've now got a 5-car fight. And still Allison's definitely not out of this. I feel like he's got better pace than Steve. So I'm going to go back to the front because Trent Allen has now decided this is the time to put pressure on Dostal. And he's now running the narrower line into that corner, but he definitely looks like he's now got the tyre advantage. Dostal's going to defend this like it's worth everything to him. Oh, Trent Allen is going down there. Oh, you could both see that both of them were second guessing what the other was going to do. I'm going to go back here now because this is now on here and still Allison's going to try and go around the outside here of Warwick. Don't think that's going to work, but we've got 2 awesome bits of racing here. Oh, and buddy, Trent Allen has been balked by Dodger there as well, and that was kind of, he got caught out, so that's affected him. And that traffic playing into this one a lot more than the last one.
Yeah, that's a
Instinct's actually
big
DNF
freaking...
from the race.
Oh no. I saw earlier he went a lap down for one sector. So I'm wondering if maybe he's dropped out rather than DNF.
He's pulled into the lane and retired. I'm not sure what's going on there. He's actually pulled into the lane and retired, so not sure what's going on there, but anyway. That there could have been the race. That looks like that's handed. Oh, Dostal's just made a huge mistake as I say that.
So did Steve.
Wow, both at the same time, and that's gonna... He's on the wrong side of the road there, is still Allison. He's a good driver for someone who doesn't have much experience with AMS. You can tell that he's done a bit of sim racing before because he knows where to position the car.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and that's Cuz behind having a big locker. It's going to say though, I feel like that there is, it's given Dostal's probably got this race now. He's got a 1.4 second gap. Unless he has his tyres go majorly off, he's going to see him struggle to lose this, although he is coming up to more lap traffic. But this is definitely still on for this final podium spot. Oh, sorry, fourth position. I forgot Kai Jones even existed. I apologise, Kai.
Yeah. Kai's just having a little race on his own.
He is in no man's land. Mitchell Allison is, he's all over it.
Oh,
Cuz is all locked up everywhere. It's definitely not over at the front. I'm gonna retract my previous statements. I'm glad we didn't pay out bets then, because it's back under a second.
Yeah, 0.9, 0.8.
But this is the action to watch at the minute, and Zach Brown's now involved in this fight. So they've been having their own race, just sat back from this, and they might have the tyres to challenge these guys. Who knows? All ducking and weaving on the straight going on. The yellow flag out in the sector. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's John Dusanes on the road. Thank God he's off the racing line.
Oh, that was very awkward.
That could have ended very nasty. So it's on here. Any one of these guys could finish anywhere at this point. I'm really interested to see if Zach Brown's got a pace to go with these guys. Looks like there's ebbing and a lot of ebbing and flowing here. And now Cuz has gone up the inside, and he takes P5. So, well, does he? Oh, still Allison has a slide. Now he's going to be vulnerable to Brown. This is the problem when you're in a pack like this. Is one little mistake and you lose a spot, and then you're vulnerable. As we can see now, Brown runs into the back of Stu Allison, and now he's vulnerable to Cupper. Oh, that's a big slide from Brown. Dodger gets out of the way, but oh, he's gonna. Oh, it's been very difficult there for these guys. Then he's off now down at Cold Corner, down at the base up. As I said, the leaders go by on that. Oh, big shunt.
Oh.
Just going to get a replay of that. So that was Hayden Cuppett straight into the back of Zach Brown. So, oh, he tried to get away from him. He was trying not to hit him.
Yeah. He just locked the rears on the way down the hill.
Yeah, and he had nowhere to go, unfortunately. But we are now on the last lap, and the race is far from over.
This is it. Can he hang on?
Can he hang on? Trent has caught back up to him on the last lap, and he's got one more corner to defend. And it's still not over. I think he's going to have a big dive if he wants to do it. Dostal, I think, is going to defend. What's going to happen down here, though? How's he going to run? How's it going to go to the line? Oh, it's going to be close, but Brandon Dostal wins from Trent Allen.
Great race.
Great race. That's an awesome drive from Brandon, and he deserves that win. Kai Jones brings home the loneliest third place that you'll ever see, but awesome drive. Steve Warwick is going to come home in fourth with Latino in 5th from Still Allison. Zach Brown is managed to get back past Cuppa. I may have let him go there, I'm not sure. We'll have to
Yeah, he
check
might
that
have
out.
bricked through.
So, Cuppa in 8th. Claimbite in 9th. He had another lonely race as well, and that's not too bad for him to not be too far behind other cars as he cuts the track on the last lap. Steve Martin brings home a top 10. Dodger in 11th, Stenny in 12th, and DeSantis in 13th, and Instinct DNFing. So, wow. Awesome racing. That's really cool for Brandon. He ends Trent Allen's winning streak just. So I think that lap car helped him out a lot there because that battle was on the whole race and that kind of, it ebbed and flowed and he got that little gap that he needed because he was vulnerable there on that last lap. I reckon one more lap and it may not have ended in his favour, but that's racing. It was 28 laps, so he'll be sweating after having all 28 of them with Trent Allen right up behind him.
Yeah, Brandon drove a fantastic race. Can't fault him. Did a good job, and yeah, to hold off Trent like that, that's something he should be pretty proud of.
Agree with Cam there. Cam Parrott in chat said consistency has been pretty good tonight. Will bode well for Bathurst later in the year if this continues. Agreed. Consistency was insane by everyone tonight. A few people making mistakes, but pretty much no one in the top 10 made too much of a major one, really. All, there was a few things minor that... The only thing I can think of, really, is that incident at the end there with Brown and Cuppa of the top cars. The cars all finished on the lead lap. So, yeah, good driving.
Yeah, that was excellent. That was a good night of racing. I really enjoyed that.
So did I. See if anyone wants to join us for chat. I'm pretty stuffed after that. No, I wasn't even out there. I don't think I'm going to cope when I have to be out there.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not driving tonight.
I mean, technically I'm not registered for main series yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would be a struggle if I had to get out there and drive. Let's see if anyone does want to join us. I think we've got Cuz down there. Did he get a podium in the first race?
Got Brandon as well. Don't think. Oh yeah, Cuz did finish third in the first race. Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring Brandon up first as our race winner. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Brandon, mate. P2 in the first race, P1 in that second race, and 2 pole positions tonight. Awesome battle there with Trent Allen to hold him off the whole race. You must have been sweating.
Yeah, definitely when the car started to get a bit sideways, a bit Formula Drift like. I was definitely pooping bricks.
Yeah, well, it looked like Trent had the better tyre life than you, and it probably looked like he had a tiny bit more pace than you, but you did well. You withstood the pressure that whole race. Were you worried about where he was going to have a look at you, and where did you think that he might go for a move?
Well, I thought the main spots I thought he was going to have a dive at me was T1 and the last corner, but I was scared that he's going to have a lunge at me at every little inch of the track, man.
That's understandable. It looked like it looked like you were worried about it, and there was a few times where we were like, "Oh, he's gone for a dive," and you could see that you were reacting in the cockpit. So, but yeah, Mega Racing, you must be pretty happy to get a win and get one over him after the way the first 3 races this season have gone.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely happy with how this is going so far. It's great results for Luke McHugh Racing, and to get pole positions and P2s and P1s and all that. It's a lot better start than last year was.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you've avenged the curse last year of Barbagallo, so we can stop going on about you not putting enough fuel in.
Well, lap 25 saw the fuel light come in, and I was like, oh no, not again.
Oh, well, mate, I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk about race 1 because we kind of missed the start of it because we were watching further back. But how did you find it when you were actually behind Trent? How did that go? Did you feel like he had a bit of pace over you? Did that help you for the second race? Find out anything or?
Well, in the second race, I found out where I needed to go quicker than him. I didn't really succeed in that, but oh well. And he had a lot more pace than I did. He's crazy quick, he is.
Yeah, he definitely looked it. So impressive for you to be able to hold him off. Our next round, I think is it not until Townsville? Am I right, Cole?
I believe so. Yeah, Townsville. Yep, Townsville.
Do you reckon you'll be able to challenge him there? Now you've got one over him. Do you reckon that this you might be able to do that more often, or?
You know what, Trent? It's on. He's gonna kick my ass.
Oh, that's fighting words. I mean, the one thing I'm really impressed, Brandon, is you say that he was faster than you, but you out-qualified him in both races. So I don't think you, as much as his race pace did look better, I don't think you should be too harsh on yourself because you started in front of him, and that's the first battle, is making sure that you do that and putting pressure on your competitor, and then from there on in, it was all his work to do.
Yeah, I feel like I had the one-lap car over him, but he definitely had the race car over me. My tyres were just, like, very hot through the race. It was funny. It was interesting. That's a better word to say.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those tracks, so that shouldn't be as much of an issue when we get to Townsville. But best of luck there, and best of luck for your championship campaign, because barring anything that I don't understand, you should be P2 in the point still. So and even close that gap slightly to Trent after that second race. So best of luck at the next one, and we'll see you. Hopefully, see you on the podium again.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll be. Hopefully, seeing a P1 again. Catch you, fellas.
Catch you, mate. Thanks for joining us. I'll bring Cuz up. Cuz, mate, interesting night of racing for yourself. I think it was P3 in the first one, and it was P5 in the second one. Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, good racing, mate. You had good battles there with Kai Jones, Steve, Instinct, Mitchell Allison. How was it like to be in the train?
Oh my, that battle, man, was just out of this world, man. I had Colin's dad at the front and Kai Jones. I think he was behind him, and I was behind Kai Jones, and then I had Instinct in the back. So we had a little train going for a little while, and then I think Kai made a mistake and pushed your dad a bit on the side, and I managed to overtake them, but. Then Kai Jones came back, and we around the S bands, man, we were just side by side going through there. I thought I was gone, and man, my 51-year-old ass was just just sitting on the chair and trying to keep the car on the road, man.
Yeah, we caught that on the broadcast where you nearly went side by side for a whole lap. It just seemed to be whoever got in front, as soon as they got in front, the other guy just came straight back at them, and you just were constantly battling. So it would have been a lot of pressure. It's fair play to you to both manage to survive until later on in the race when Kai made that mistake.
Yeah, I was just holding on because I'm sort of like I like looking after my tires, so I let them go a little bit and then I try and come back to them. But the front guys were just too fast today, man. Trent and Dostal, man, were just way too fast today. So, hand of applause to them, and yeah, congrats to them. And man, it was good racing. I haven't felt like this in a long time, man. It was just that little frame train that we had with Instinct and your dad and Kai, and then after that in the second race, it was a new guy. I can't remember his name. It was just awesome racing, man.
Yeah, it was really good to see, and it really felt like one of those battles where everybody was sort of around the same pace and sort of looking after their tyres a bit or not at particular stages. But it seemed like if you made a mistake, you were getting past, you were under pressure. So you all sort of had to try and minimise mistakes. So the pressure was on the whole race for all of you. So it was really good to watch.
Mate, on the second race, I flat spotted my tire, so I was pretty much racing halfway through a flat spot on my tire, so I just couldn't do much. But I was trying to keep up to those guys, and yeah, it was just an awesome night of racing, man. Awesome, very well done.
That's really good. That's really good, cousin. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So that should ensure you with a bit of confidence going forward. I know you've been struggling for it a bit, but to be able to run at the front and have some good, clean racing with those guys, you must be looking forward to the next one.
I'm looking forward to the next one, but come on, guys, man. Steve and I, and maybe a couple of other blokes, man. We are sort of like on the third generation races, man, where 51 and 60s, and your dad, and your dad as well too in the 60s, man. And we're racing against 20-year-olds, 17-year-olds, man. Come on, man. So
No, yeah, you go all right. And you got newer guys coming in, younger guys coming in, and you're still doing all right. I mean, I reckon you'd give me a run for my money if I was out there now.
yeah,
I'm past it.
I'll be racing in my little wheelchair, mate, and then the next couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you will be, and you'll be beating me because I'll be past it.
No, but I'm actually looking forward to the next race, man. I think this year we've got a really cool bunch where everybody's racing pretty fair now, and we haven't got hard-headed guys, and yeah, it's pretty good racing at the moment, man.
It definitely looks like that, mate, and it's good to see. And I feel like everybody's getting better as the rounds go on, and it's getting cleaner and fairer and faster as well. So it's good to watch, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and I'm glad you can be a part of it. So I look forward to seeing how you go at the next one, cuz.
I appreciate it, man. I at the moment I just enjoy, man, once in a blue moon just popping out here in the interview, man, because it's like I said to you, the young guys, man, are getting very fast, and yeah, it's for us, it's just it's a bit, I think it's a bit about the reflex as well too, man. Where all the guys, man, the reflex is not, it's letting us down a little bit. Where the younger guys are coming in, and they're much better reflexes than us, and yeah, it's a hand of applause to those guys, man. Young guys are very good racers this year, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good that they're not just. It's good that everyone's not just fast. It's good that everyone's fair as well. So that's what we all want to see, and that's what we pride ourselves on as a league. So, it's awesome, and it's awesome to see you make it on the podium against them all.
Yeah, and then I'll pop out now and then when they make a mistake. I'll probably just duck in it. You know what I mean? Just a big shout out to the sponsors as well, to Black Shores and Warwick Racing and everything. I appreciate it, guys, and a big shout out to the RSM boys, the big clan that I've got in there: Beachy, Dancy, Fishy, Ben, and thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
No worries, cuz. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, Cole, another night of racing's come to an end.
Yeah, mate. They're coming and going pretty fast.
They are. So that's round 2 done. Next round for us isn't until July when we head to the streets of Townsville. So that should be a good fun one. It's always been an eventful track for this series. So, yeah, as seen by our intro videos. So hopefully that one goes well. But I'm hoping to see us racing in the near future in Gen 3 cars or even Porsche Carrera Cups. So stay tuned for announcements on both of those.
yeah, Porsche should be announced tonight or tomorrow, and we should have sign-ups beginning, well, tonight or tomorrow, I should say. And yeah, Gen 3 will be done very soon, fingers crossed, now that I've got a little bit of time.
Beautiful, that's what we want to hear. So that's probably the next time you'll see this channel racing is when we've got shiny new Gen 3 cars to have a play with. So
That's it.
we'll see you all at that one, and I'll be wobbling on the motor racing facility at that. Maybe. We'll see. And
Yeah, we'll wobble out there.
we'll wobble out there, but thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 months.
See you then.